Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for a very special video on the prototype of the 1/6 scale David Cornsweat Superman figure by Inart. And thank you to Ivan and everyone at Inart who had a hand in deciding to send this along to do a video with. It went to Justin from Justin's collection first, so thank you to Justin for packing it up so safe and getting it sent along so quick. It took about 3 days to get here, and here he is. So this is very special. Thank you to everyone, you know, like I say, at Inart for trusting me to get my hands on this. This is a big deal. I don't think I've ever had a prototype before in front of me, and that's what this is. So, you know, things could change from now till when the figure is actually released, but we're gonna get in. I'm gonna do my thing, and you know, you got two different styles of video with Justin and me. I think Justin absolutely crushed it when it comes to showing this off. You know, we both got very different kind of visual styles, so I think it's nice to have both versions out there for you guys to watch. So I'll do my best to show it to you. Please do me a big favor, just this one time on this video. If you're watching this video, can you hit the like button on it so it will reach a bigger audience? I want as many people to see this as possible, and I really appreciate your help with that. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. You can check me out on Instagram and Facebook at DeanKnight333 for all the pictures. There will be plenty of those. Alright, we got base and we got Krypto here as well, and there's also the closed eye head sculpt for Superman. So we've got some spare hands as well. I'm not too sure if there'll be anything else included with the finished product, but we get a nice look at Krypto here. It's a beautiful sculpt on him. Very crisp. Really, really nice. The base is nice as well. I'll get a separate look at this in a minute. But as Justin showed in his video, I guess when I put light at the back of here, it will look like it's glowing. So I'll try that out for you. It is a very nice base. Simple, you know, it does just what it needs to do. Really nice detail, and nose very cute, and his eyes look perfect to me. You got the little bit of white in the corners, as there should be. Very nice work on the eyes. Let's get you another angle here on the Krypto head sculpt. From what I've seen, this is definitely the more convincing of the two Kryptos between Hot Toys and Inart. Definitely prefer, even just from the original pictures I saw before this was in front of me, definitely preferred the look of the Inart one. I didn't really have a big light, but I put a little light behind here, and it definitely has a beautiful effect. You can just see in the middle there, it's glowing. So yeah, really nice idea. Wow, I mean the crystals look really, really convincing. Very nice. These hands are incredible. These are the relaxed ones obviously, but check out the detail on the sculpt. You see that texture? That is nuts. Nails look very real. I mean, could be the best 1/6 scale hands I've seen so far. I've been getting a lot of that recently, but these are undeniably incredible looking hands. Like the transition from the hand to the suit, looks very natural. Get another angle here, so you can see the bones under the skin, the veins. Yeah, Definitely, probably the most realistic human hands I've seen in 1/6 scale. I mean, this is pretty much unmatched at the moment. Look at that. That is crazy. You see the texture around the knuckles? I feel the length of the cape looks accurate to me, so I don't think we've got any troubles there. Alright, so I'll just get as close as I can to it, and you can take in the detail. Again, the eyelashes are incredibly well done when it comes to Inart stuff. Eyebrows, the complexion. Definitely some of the best sculpted hair I've seen on a figure. We'll get a better look at that from different angles in a minute. But even the way the light hits the ears is incredibly real. That is just next level stuff. So Inart continuing to advance in their techniques on bringing us these incredibly lifelike 1/6 scale representations of characters we love. Look at that. It is a striking likeness. Reposition the eyes, put them to the side a little bit. It's always nice when you can do that. You don't have to take away the back of the head. It's all one sculpt, the head sculpt at least. There is a separation at the neck for articulation. But getting to the eyes is as simple as taking off the head and going up inside the head sculpt and moving them around very easily. Alright, so I tilted the head down slightly and pointed the eyes up slightly. Gives us a nice intense look, like he's coming towards us and he's not too pleased. Right. This is, you know, between the Hot Toys one and this one, what I saw of the Hot Toys one looked really nice. It was good, but this was just on a different level when Inart unleashed their pictures. It was way more realistic looking, and I love the closed eye head sculpt. I know a lot of people would prefer a different expression, but I thought it was really ballsy and, you know, just pretty cool to include a closed eye head sculpt for Superman, because it would make for some really nice kind of hovering poses and just thoughtful. You know, you can go to town with photography with stuff like that. So I really like it. I haven't even seen it on the body yet. I'm going to try that for you in a minute. I think we'll do that next. Inart seem to have done a very good job of replicating the size of David Corenswet's feet in these boots. Because even before the film came out, there was a little meme going around showing the length of his foot in one of the scenes where Krypto was being a pest. But they've done a very good job of bringing that to life in 1/6 scale here. Very accurate looking size. Alright, so on the base here, there's a little section that detaches, I believe. And then I can put the... Well, how do I get this out? Can't really get much purchase on it because of the surrounding crystals. Oh, there we go. That was easy. Right, and then we put the flight pole into the hole there. Lovely jubbly. Right, bosh, we are good to go. Alright, I've switched out the feet to the flight feet, and I actually really like how he's not too far off the base here. It really kind of gives the impression he's just lifting off. You've still got the crystals in the background. That's really nice. A very nice effect. I'm glad they're sticking with the same technique they've used on the BVS Superman flight with that pole. Feels really secure and safe. Alright, Let's just pan back here and appreciate the form. I switched out the hands. That was very easy to do. They're really good wrist pegs. Easy to change out on this one. I switched out the head, and he is looking really cool. I love this head sculpt. I thought it was a really ballsy move when they showed this. I was very surprised to see a closed eye sculpt with Superman, but then as soon as I saw it, I thought, well, that makes sense. Yeah, you know, it works for his regeneration time. It works for just a thoughtful moment with him. It works for all kinds of stuff. I know a lot of people would have preferred maybe a smiling head sculpt or something like that, but I think this was a really interesting choice, and I applaud them for it, honestly. I think it's quite a ballsy move. A closed eye head sculpt with a Superman figure. May not be for everyone, but I think it was a cool choice, and I'm glad to see it. It looks fantastic like this. It really does. Just show you how easy it is to switch out the hands. Because of that nice big blocky wrist peg there, usually with a lot of 1/6 scale figures it's always been the way, but that little connector piece there is usually a lot thinner and smaller and easy to break. You ain't breaking that, and that's nice. And you've got a nice big hole, and then it just goes back on easy. So changing out the hands, never been easier, more convenient with a 1/6 figure. I think these are the best changeover and best realistic hands, human hands, I've ever seen. See, it plugs in at the back there. It's just very close to the belt, so you can't fully press it in place because the belt's kind of stopping you. I mean, I like the height. Well, it's as low as it can be, the hole for that to plug into on his body. But I like that because of the effect of him just lifting off the surface like that. But the belt is stopping me from getting it all the way in there. The detail on the hair is amazing on this sculpt. It is just stunning. I'll get even closer for you. There you go. Nice. Look at this. Man, Inart do skin so well. Again, man, the ear, the way the light's kind of passing through the ear there, way realistic. Maybe that's always been the way with head sculpts because the ears just have to be a bit thin. But I'm kind of noticing it now, and it's an amazing effect. I love this sculpt. Alright, there you go. That is stunning. Check that out. Oh, beautiful. Just enough breeze. Nothing too drastic. Just a little flap action. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He looks bloody awesome like that. I love the closed eye head sculpt. Just looks powerful. I've switched out the cape to the wired one, and that was easy enough to do. Just switch it out at the shoulders, and it's good strong wire, so you can do whatever you want with that. I do prefer a draped cape myself, but it's always nice to have the wired one included. Really appreciate that, and it looks really nice. Alright, now posability wise, he's not bad, but he is a bit restricted by his suit around the shoulders. Not too bad. I mean, you can definitely, that's why I raised the arms up like this, just to show you that you could pull off, you know, fighting stances if you want to. And, you know, he's got waist turn, he can tilt forwards, backwards. In the torso, you've got good leg movement, good knee bend, and I'll have to check ankle pivot for you in a minute. But he's more of a, I know, I think most people are going to display him kind of just standing there as Superman, you know. I mean, you can leave him like this, but I don't think many people are going to risk wrinkling the suit and stuff. The material seems pretty good for this kind of thing, though. Pretty forgiving. But he is a chunky figure, so he's not as posable as some of the other Inart figures I've dealt with, but you should be able to be, you know, quite creative with him. Okay, so I'm just trying to lift the arm fully up straight to kind of have him in a flying pose we're about to take off, and I did manage to tilt the head back a fair bit. And to be fair, the back of the collar isn't really the thing that's stopping that from going any further back. It's just the nature of how it is, you know. It goes back to a certain level and then it stops. The neck has some forward and back and left and right movement in as well, so I guess you know, use that to your advantage. But there is good arm movement. I'm able to bring up that arm pretty high, you know. I'm just not pushing it too far because it's a prototype, you know. I don't want to destroy it. I was able to get both arms up pretty high. You can see the suit moves in a realistic way, and it is quite a tough material. Don't get the willies when I'm working with it. I do feel quite secure in the fact that it can take it, but I would not leave him like this, and you know that. So I'm just showing you what you can do. Showing off a little bit, and look at the size of my guns. Fully loaded, ready to rock. Well, there is pivot in the ankles, of course, but the boots, they are quite a thin plastic, but they still kind of stop you from holding in a pivot pose. They kind of just want to go straight again. I expected that though, there's no surprise there. That's fine. They do give you the other boots for the hovering pose with the feet pointed down, which is a very nice touch. Alright, here we have the new 2025 David Corenswet figure on the left and the Inart BVS Henry Cavill Superman on the right. The David Corenswet figure is bigger. They're standing level with each other. Very different body shapes. Both have a very, very strong likeness. And there he is next to the old Hot Toys Christopher Reeve Superman. The rumor is that Inart are tackling Christopher Reeve Superman in 1/6 scale, so that is very exciting. Check out the sculpt on that hair at the sides and the ear, very well done. Beautiful paint transition from the hair to the skin. Wow, I get bits of Christopher Reeve and Henry Cavill coming through all the time looking at this. It's like it's I don't know, I mean it's totally accurate to David Corenswet. It just, maybe Mr. Corenswet has, let's just see that head moving, actually that looks cool. Looks like he's real person looking around. Hey over there, what you up to, what you doing? Anyone need saving? I'll save a squirrel if I have to. I don't give up. I'll save him. I'll save him. Okay folks, I'm going to wrap it up, give you my final thoughts and possibly a score out of 10. It is a prototype, but I might as well do it like I usually would of any other review. So final thoughts are, it looks like have done, they've just done another incredible 1/6 scale figure. It looks exactly like David Corenswet and the proportions are really good. The suit material's great, the colors are vibrant. Just amazing work on the hair, the sculpted hair, the eyes, the skin tone. Posability is pretty damn good actually, it's just a matter of taking the time and working with the suit as you move the arms. Yeah, you get some beautiful stuff with, I love that base. I love the second head sculpt with the closed eyes. I think the boots with the feet pointed down is a great touch. Some of the most realistic human hands I've ever seen in 1/6 scale. The Krypto figure is beautiful. You're gonna love that, guaranteed. It just looks perfect. So yes, it's looking like it's honestly going to be a 10 out of 10 David Corenswet Superman figure by Inart. And I think anyone who has this ordered or knows it's coming down the line, you're going to be very happy with it. When it arrives, you're going to be blown away. It's going to look incredible. Now I took this around different areas of the house today when I was just taking pictures. You'll probably see the pictures I took in the kitchen. For some reason in the kitchen the suit looked, it looks amazing all the time, but something about the lighting in the kitchen at that time of the day, the suit looked stunning, and it still does obviously now, but you'll see. I took lots of pictures around different areas for different lighting and just seeing how it turned out. I'll include that, lots of pictures at the end of this video now. But yeah, it looks stunning. Thank you to Inart for giving me the chance to get to see it and get to show you guys footage. Really enjoyed my time with it, and I hope you've enjoyed the video folks. I'll bring you a separate video, like I said, with the True Light review, outdoors in natural light. And if you can get your comments with suggestions in quick enough, maybe I can get you another video if you want to see it next to something else in particular. But I'll have to get this packed up soon and sent back. So yeah, it's looking like another masterpiece from Inart. So well done to everyone involved. And drop a like on the video for me folks. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Instagram for all the pictures at DeanKnight333. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.